their heart.
Right. All right, the Breatharian Crown Chakra. And when we talk about breatharianism, to eat very little or to none at all, it's hard for people to understand that when they first hit you.
Right.
And that's understandable. You've been eating all your life, people starve to death, all this other stuff. But when we start talking about it's a process and a transformation, we ain't saying put tape on your mouth. And we got the information now where you can develop yourself to bring more energy into the body, sort of like we did the Qigong this morning. You can actually grow and bring more energy into the body. And it's just like exercising. That's a term that everybody knows about, but if you start exercising with a good exercise guru, let's say it like that, there's people that could get you in shape if you listen to them. Absolutely. But especially if you went to a boot camp where you couldn't escape. You're going to be in there. I remember when I was in the military for 6 weeks, and there was people from all over the world coming into boot camp, checking in. And some people was overweight, some was underweight, different lifestyles. But at the end of the 6 weeks, we're all doing the same routine, going to bed at the same time, waking up the same time, eating the same food, doing the same exercises. Every single day, everybody looked the same.
Wow.
That's something, ain't it?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody blended in and looked at the same. Everybody's body conformed to the new regimen, a new lifestyle. That's why there's a philosopher named Lao Tzu, if I said it right, from back in the ancient days. He said all human beings are the same, but what makes them different is their habits.
Ooh.
That's heavy, ain't it?
That's heavy.
And then you said something good earlier where you said the insides of the human being is still the same from the first human being. It's just that our outside appearances changed. That's something, ain't it?
Yes.
So inside, we're the same. And this is real key because we got a word called, we was playing around with earlier, called the substantia nigra, the black substance that's inside of us. Melanin, that's similar to it. It's a light harnester of electricity, of energy. And that's what's keeping us alive. Everybody's working with energy. Everybody. So your insides to work with energy, sort of like when a baby's being born, his head is being developed first before the body started standing out. But within the head, there's this black dot. And that's melanin. A light harvester, just to start out life. The substantia nigra. So that means to this day, all of our insides are still the same. Now we migrated and went to different hemispheres and stuff like that. Nobody's arguing that. So our bodies, adapted to the different hemispheres. That's why we got the different shades of color and stuff like that. But the insides and the rules of energy is still the same. This is powerful, ain't it? It breaks all of that stuff. So now we got this word called chakras. Energy centers, spinning wheels of light. And there was a time when I first heard that it was just like good artwork for the average person. Oh, look at that. That looks beautiful. Little things spinning in you and stuff like that. And if somebody was to cut you open under a table, like, a surgeon, of course they can't pick point chakras and say that's it. But since the information we got now, they're every bit as real. All it is dealing with is an energy center or a vortex. Like when I was just in Sedona, they have vortexes all over the place.
Right.
And it was just how the flow of energy was moving into a space. Sort of like when you, unplug the tub and that vortex of water be going down. Mm-hmm. Now that's just water in a liquid form, but air does the same thing. We live in the bottom of gases. So energy love to move. We was watching the moon last night, and the sky was beautiful, the stars everywhere, but there was clouds at different places. But the clouds didn't stay in the same place. Those are just energies moving. So it's the same way with our bodies. We're the same as the universe. Energies always are moving, or they love to move. So that's why when we did that exercise this morning, what did we do? We just allowed the energy to start moving in us. That's why we felt better.
Yes.
Everybody feels better. I remember one time this man came to a retreat following his wife. That's all he was doing. And after the exercises dealing with energy, She said, don't you feel better? He tried to say, no. I said, stop lying. You just want to make her mad. You know you feel better. But he said, yeah, I feel better. So that's why people used to say, dealing with spirituality or religion, some people really think they ain't spiritual because they ain't all emotional about it. But now the age we're in, it ain't got nothing to do because you're all emotional about it. Everybody's working with energy, and everywhere I go, a person will say, I never understood meditation, but this I can work with, because they just learned they can move their own energy.
Right.
That's all it is.
Beautiful.
So that's why even religion is changing. They ain't got nothing to do with all that emotional stuff. Oh, the spirit talked to me and it made me cry. Okay, whatever. You're just emotional. We don't want to hear that. I ain't got nothing to do with God like that. So now we got this chakra system set up, this aerodynamics that's coming through the body. Any physicist on this planet would tell you that the human being works with energy. It's an energy being. So it's already in the sciences. We ain't got to sit up there and try to prove nothing. It's already there. It's up to you on how deeply you want to work with the subtle forces. Perfect practice make perfect. That's why meditation been around for thousands of years for a reason. Now it's been handled loosely, because the average person don't know what it is. They just think just because they sitting with themselves, they meditating.
Right.
But we ain't talking about that. We're talking about moving energy. Everywhere your thoughts go, the energy goes. It can move the blood, all of this stuff. So we even in the paradigm too, dealing with the power of our belief systems. We got many speakers talking about it. You know, I can't say their names, like, you know, Bruce Lipton and all of them. Yeah, they all talking about it. It's true. And you can create your reality and the way you feel based off of your thoughts.
Yes, you can.
Now, here we go now. So now we're talking about the crown chakra. Usually when we talk about chakras, everybody jumping on all other chakras, but nobody really talks about the crown chakra. And when they do, it's all spooky, far-fetched. You can't make sense out of it. How do you open the crown chakra? How do you activate it? And all this other stuff. But let's read or see what the crown chakra is and where it's located. Now, most schools of thought says there's 7 major chakras. Now, the body has energy centers all over it, but the 7 major ones. You understand? And some schools of thought will say there's 5 or 6. It don't matter what school of thought you go to. But what it's saying is these energy channels are all connected. It's just like this city that got electricity going through. You got lights in your house, right? Mm-hmm. But it ain't originate there.
Right.
There's an energy center somewhere in the city, usually outside the outskirts. It's lighting everybody up. That's the energy center of the city. And there's breakdowns of different energy centers. And to bring this down to earth is, most people try to look at breatharianism and use one method to try to come into it. But there is no one method on an energy source, because when you talk about holistic, the wholeness, let's take your car, for instance. If your car, we was to take all the gas out of it, it ain't gonna start. That means we took off of what? Energy center, a fuel source. But then we can load it up with gas and unplug the cables to the battery. And if we did that, it still ain't gonna start. I got gas, but the battery's not connected. Then we can connect the battery, take out a spark plug. It ain't gonna start.
Right.
So when we talk about the breatharian knowledge, we ain't talking about one method. That's why people can't fast themselves into it. You got to look at each energy center and make a connection so the thing can start. The thing can run off of another energy source. Wow. Oh, man, we got to put this together now. So when you deal with the chakras, one chakra ain't going to do it. So even when we talk about the sexual energy, the first chakra, okay, we got that. But now we're going to go to the crown. Why is the crown so significant? So let's read what the crown is.
The 1,000-petaled, the 7th primary chakra.
Now they call it the 1,000 petals. And we got this thing in yoga called the full lotus. All these petals opening up. And that's basically, see, even though we're teaching the 7 major chakras, there's only one chakra in esoteric knowledge. Why is that? Because if one is weakened, the rest of them is weakened.
Right.
If one is strong, all of them is strong.
Wow.
So that's why there's only one chakra. So in yoga, when they show you that full lotus, all the petals open, 1,000 petals, that means all the chakras is running at their highest degree. It's fully open, so it's all one. The heart's open. The root's open. The branches is open. That's what we talk about the tree of life. So when we talk about the breatharian knowledge, the crown chakra is significant because it's called the 1,000 petals.
Wow.
It's fully open.
Yeah.
Now let's go into it.
Okay, the crown chakra located at the top of the head.
It's located at the top of the head.
Just as the root chakra connects us to Mother Earth, the crown chakra is our connection to the universe.
So the root chakra connects us to the earth. Nobody's arguing that. We're terrestrial beings. We was born on the earth. We got these physical bodies. You're an earth being. So we got that part. So that's why everybody looking at us saying, well, you got to eat. You got this physical body. But we got this crown chakra that connects us to the cosmos. Didn't it say that?
Yes.
So yes, you're connected to Mother Earth. You're connected to Sky Father. But me and you was playing with it earlier.
Yeah.
Now it's Father Earth, Sky Mother. That's what Egypt said. It was talking about Gab and Nut. Gab is what? The mother of the cosmos, and Nut is the father of the earth. I think I got that right.
It sounds right.
It sounds right.
Yeah, I remember that.
All right.
In fact, the seventh chakra dispenses the universal energy or the life force into the 6 other chakras located below it.
Whoa. So if the crown chakra is on top of the head, and it's related to the cosmos, the cosmic energy, it's responsible for what?
For all the other 6 chakras.
For all the other 6 ones. That just makes sense, don't it?
Yes.
If it's related to the cosmos, for the body to get nourished by cosmic energy, it has to come through this gateway, this doorway. So they call this the temple of God, the Bible. In other religions, this is the temple of God. Every person say, well, yeah, I could see that. This is the house I live in.
Soul of man.
And we got these temples, whether if it's a mosque or a church, where it got that dome. High energy, ain't it? But this is your dome of the temple right here. And that's where the energy is coming in. Everybody's sitting up there worshiping whatever God they talking about. But that dome means a lot on how the energy coming in. So the dome of the body, this church, is right here in the head. And the head is recorded in medical and also science, is holding the most energy of the body.
Wow.
It needs over, what, 500 calories? The rest of the body, the other organs, they ain't got nothing coming if the brain ain't doing it. So that's why on the breatharian knowledge, if the brain don't get its energy, now this, a physicist will tell you this, the rest of the body you're going to have problems. So that's why people starve to death or they look anorexic. The body's not getting fed enough energy. But it has to come through the crown chakra.
Right.
Because that's what bringing in the cosmic energy, hands down. The biggest influx of it. All right, let's go.
Opening the crown chakra opens doors to endless wisdom and love.
Now listen at that. Opening up the crown chakra, open up doors to endless wisdom and love. Now let's dissect that, because people love using that word love. Don't know what it is. I just had somebody talk about they love me and threw me right up under the bus.
Ooh.
Now it's just a word. If you love somebody, you don't throw them up under the bus.
Yeah.
So we ain't got nothing to do with that. So, now listen at this. Instant wisdom and love. And wisdom is the application of what? Right knowledge. It's one thing to know things, but when you start doing it, a person will say, that was a wise move you made. That was wise, because you're applying it. So when you open up the crown chakra, what it's saying, it opens up wisdom. You're wise. You knew how to open it up. It could be shut down. That's basically that's where we're going.
Yes.
How do you open it and how does it get shut down? And most people got it straight shut down and don't even realize it. This is rough, ain't it?
It is.
Or you'll be a breatharian. Oh, did I say that? Oh my God. Here we go now, because you're going to be nourished by cosmic forces coming in the body. And what? The crown chakra is the gateway to the cosmic forces, so it must be open. And that's what we call it the mouth of God. Now, why we call it the mouth of God? In esoteric circles, now, there's a thing called silence. Shut up so you can listen. That's basically what we're saying. But that's for the human being. Because when you're silent, why you want to be silent for? So you can listen to something else, another voice. See, now don't use that term God. Let's talk about the higher vibration so everybody can be clear. There's certain frequencies that are more higher than others. So we're going to the higher frequencies, and we're saying that that's basically God, that force that you got connection to, and you want to bring more of it into your body. It loves to talk. It got a lot to say. See, and if your crown chakra is what? Shut down, you don't know what the cosmic forces or the higher energy is saying. You're cut off. So it ain't supporting you, it ain't sustaining you like that because you ain't listening. But if you learn how to open up the mouth of God, the mouth is constantly giving information. That's all it is. When I was in the Navy, I was a radioman. And the first job you usually have is they got this broadcast called a broadcast operator. And what that does is it constantly runs 24 hours, 7 days a week, bringing forth information. It receives only. So you can know what's happening. You stuck out there on the water. You cut off from the land. So communication is so important. If we don't keep the communication going, we're shut off from the rest of the world. That's why it's a powerful position, being in communication. So for us to be communications with the cosmos, you must be the broadcast operator. You must be receptive to allow the information to keep streaming in, keep flowing from the higher forces, because it ain't going to stop. It got a lot of information to give. What do you want to know?
Beautiful.
But if the communications go down, you're in bad shape. You're cut off, don't know where to go, your third eye shut down, your health is bad, everything else, because you shut off from the cosmos. And everybody got the gateway here, everybody. And what we start out with, talk about the substantial nigra, the melanin within the body. Everybody's body inside is the same. Oh man, did we say that? Now, so we into this wisdom and then love. Now love in the English language is what? An action word. And they got nothing to do with words you saying out of your mouth. Mm-hmm. So if you have a love relationship with the cosmos, and if the cosmos love you and you love the cosmos, you should be sustained by it. That's a love affair. But again, if we don't know what love is, and if it's an action word, that means there's some actions that we got to do to show our love.
Exactly.
It ain't going off no words. You can say I love you all you want and still be sitting up there sick, laying right there in nature because you don't understand what you must do, how to align yourself to open up your mouth, which is the mouth of God. That's why the scripture said man should be what? Should not be fed by bread alone, but by every word that come out of the mouth of God. You're fed from your crown chakra. Uh-oh. This is an alarm, ain't it? It ain't got nothing to do with the bread of the earth. You are fed from every word. Like I said, God loves to talk. You guys sit up and listen now. Get what? Connected with the real wireless internet. So let's keep reading.
So we're going to have one here, headaches.
Oh, man.
Nausea.
Now, wait a minute. When the crown chakra is blocked, now listen at this. These are the symptoms when the crown chakra is blocked. Headaches. Nausea. Dizziness. Drowsiness.
And even migraines.
Migraine headaches. And I lived a life here, around the world. There's always people around you that got headaches all the time.
Oh, yeah.
Now listen at that word. That's 2 words, ain't it? Your head is aching. Why is your head aching? We got to get into this now. Because if your head is aching and you constantly got migraine headaches, this isn't a bad thing. That's the indication saying your crown chakra is blocked. The cosmos is trying to talk to you. It's trying to get in. But you keep having migraine headaches, so the average person, what they're doing, taking pills, I don't feel good. All this other mess, having a bad life because they constantly got headaches and don't understand what's taking place. See, we bring an understanding, so we can get a Nobel Peace Prize for this. We about to stop migraine headaches. We're about to. We'd have figured it out now. And I read something on Healthline on the internet talking about researching migraine headaches. And this is what they said. Oh, we're going to get to that. This is foolishness. They talking crazy, but keep reading. Now, the black crown chakra, that's where we at, right?
Yes, sir. So with the blocked crown chakra, you can experience emotional distress.
Stop right there. So with a blocked crown chakra, when the cosmos can't get into the body, you can experience emotional distress. And I'll be telling people all the time, well, how do I deal with my emotions? Let's talk about emotions. Blah, 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 blah. Your crown chakra is blocked. And I'll be trying to be nice to them. Well, won't you change your diet? You know, get healthy. Bring more energy into the body. And I ain't got nothing to do with it. Yeah, it do. It's blocking up your crown chakra. We're about to get into it. I bet 9 times out of 10, they always got a headache. I was with this one person. How you going to sit up there with a headache for 3 weeks?
Oh,
Their crown chakra blocked. They ain't figured it out yet. I don't know why it's blocked. I've been doing this all my life, suffering for it. You're suffering because of lack of knowledge. Now, the scriptures also say, my people are being destroyed for lack of knowledge. Now, that don't mean you stupid, but that ain't the knowledge it's talking about. It's talking about the knowledge. You got you will feel isolated from other people and events. And a big thing in America now, especially to the Western countries, is what? Depression.
wow, yeah.
Crown chakras is blocked. You got all the materialism in the world. Nobody's arguing that. All the money in the world. But your crown chakra is blocked. You ain't got nothing coming. You feel depressed. You're separated from people and events. Don't know what to do with your life. You got all of these big cosmos constantly want to give you all of this joy, all of this information, but for not understanding, you cut off. How can you be cut off? And people all around you, you still feel alone. That's bad news, ain't it?
It is.
We got to open up this door. Open up the mouth of God. All right, let's keep going.
Let's see here. It says you won't feel enlightenment or spiritual connection.
And you won't feel enlightenment nor spiritual connection. That's why a lot of people do go around really don't feel spiritual like that. They don't know what it is, and they got nothing to do with that emotional stuff, but they are cut off due to lack of understanding and lack of knowledge. But like we said, the harvester of energy, the substantia nigra that's in the brain, everybody has it. It's a harvester of energy, a harvester of light. But if it's stuck, you don't feel spiritual and you don't feel enlightened. This is heavy, ain't it?
It is.
Oh, we're going deeper and deeper. Let's keep going. The mouth of God got quieted.
So right here, we're going to control the crown.
Now we're going to control the crown chakra. Now, I know people hate that word control. Just allow. No, you do have control of your physical body. Our bodies don't get us to go up and just eat the sandwich and eat this. That's why there's a word called discipline, where you start disciplining yourself. You understand? So you can bring forth a better life, self-discipline. So you're going to control the crown chakra. So when we talk about the breatharian journey, it's a process, and you're going to have to do some work.
Feel it.
It's up to you to go ahead and control this crown chakra. You got to open up the doorway so you can hear the mouth of God. You can hear the higher vibration, so it can give you what you need and it can nourish you. Other than that, it's not going to happen. Here we go now. Let's go for it.
Okay, so connecting to the breath while holding.
Connecting to the breath. Breath work.
While holding asanas helps to release tension and open the crown chakra.
Well, holding the breath to help release tension and stress to open up the crown chakra. So bottom line, breath work. Now, breath work is coming more on the scene, more and more, just like fasting. We're in the age of information where the medical benefits of fasting is phenomenal. Nobody can even argue with it no more. I remember when I first started the breatharian journey, there was some woman in the store one time talking about, I gotta go see my doctor and he told me not to eat for 12 hours. Girl, you can't go without eating for 12 hours. That was the ignorance back then. But now it's kind of like mandatory. Everybody got the memo. Just to go get a checkup by the doctor, they'll tell you not to eat for a period of time so they could get better readings in your blood and everything else. So not eating is better than eating. They ain't gonna eat a bunch of apples before you come see me. They say don't eat nothing for a period of time so I can get better blood readings. So that argument about a human being could go a period of time without eating, that's over with. That's out the door due to the age. Other than that, you far behind, ignorant, and we don't even want to hear you. Then, breath work. They got so much breath work out there. When I was in India, they call it pranayama. I was with a group of Indian businessmen, and there wasn't no argument because it's in their culture. I said, you know as well as I do, if you go into breath work and take it seriously and consistently, it'll change your health and change your life. It's all up to you. Ain't nobody say nothing. Now, even though they was all out of shape and stuff, you know, being businessmen running around chasing materialism, that was on them. But then we talk about controlling the crown chakra. You take it seriously, you can take control of your breath. Everybody breathing. Ain't nobody can take that from you, only if they kill you.
Yeah.
Choke it out of you. But other than that, we breathing right now, huh?
Yes.
And it's free. So we can open up our crown chakra through breath work to relieve stress and tension. Stress and tension blocks energy flow. And if they don't get unblocked, you're going to be cut off. You don't feel enlightened. You don't feel spiritual. You'll have what? What was those other symptoms?
Headaches.
Headaches.
Nausea.
Nausea.
Drowsiness. Dizziness.
Drowsiness, dizziness. That's how you're going to feel. Mm-hmm. But breath work to control the crown chakra will relieve that. Now let's keep reading. What else to control the crown chakra?
Such as meditating passes. Oh, no, sorry. Such meditating poses include lotus or half lotus, tree pose.
All right. Lotus and half lotus and tree pose in yoga will help open up the crown chakra. Why is that? Notice that yoga usually concentrate on a what? Hip area. Opening up that hip area. Remember we was doing the stretching earlier in the hips? Doesn't it feel something? All that tension in the hips, the lower abdomen. This is where they call the kundalini. This is the energy of the body. If this is blocked up, you're going to have what? A blocked crown chakra. Energy love to rise upwards. Heat moves upwards. And I say this all the time in my teachings. Get that energy from here, from the lower root. It has to come upwards. Other than that, you ain't going to see breatharianism. That's why I'm talking about sexual energy cultivation. You keep blowing the energy out here, no, you ain't going. Crown chakra. They even got what? An MRI scan now that when a person has an orgasm, the brain blocks out like for a minute. You know, the lights go out and then it comes back on. Now we got proof to show this now. This ain't no argument no more. We won, hands down. The energy have to come out. You'll have to open up the mouth of God so the energy can communicate with you, open you up so you can be nourished and sustained. It won't feel cut off. All right, let's keep reading.
That's good. Let's see here.
So we had the lotus, the full lotus, and the tree pose.
Right. Mindful breathing represents one form of meditation.
Mindful breathing represents one form of meditation. I just did an online retreat where I had everybody focus and breathing on their head, breathing on the upper body, breathing on the torso, focusing on those areas. And that's mindful breathing. You're putting your mind, because everywhere the mind goes, the energy flows. And then I had them breathe with their whole body, and everybody was like, whoa, something that simple. The crown chakra was open. That's why everybody felt different. Didn't feel hungry, nothing. Here we go now.
Ooh.
This is easy, ain't it?
It is.
Making it hard.
Let's see here.
Oh, man, this is good. Now, what did that one say?
This one or?
All right, now we finished that. So we dealt with breath work. That's key. Positions. Tree pose. And don't we do standing like the tree, Qigong?
Yeah.
That's all I'm doing. You standing like a tree. That opens up the crown chakra. Stuff start moving. You felt all of that. Moving, just standing in a position. The body by its nature will seek to open itself up. All you got to do is put it in the right position. People are killing themselves. People are making themselves sick. People got a headache through ignorance. The head is aching. 2 words. The crown chakra's open. closed. Now let's keep reading.
Can opening your chakras be dangerous?
Can opening your chakras be dangerous? Now listen at this, real key. Because we think just because you're doing energy work is a good thing. But you got to take your time. That's why the Breatharian process is a process. Don't give me this instant gratification. That's out the window. People just did that for power purposes. There ain't no angel come talk to you in the woods and hand you some manual. Shut up and sit down. That's why they hide now. Ain't nobody could take me on. And I ain't talking arrogant either. Let's roll with it.
You will injure yourself, and you might
injure yourself. So people try to fast their ways to breatharianism. They look anorexic, and there's people who have died going too fast. You're dealing with too much energy, and your body ain't ready yet. Let's roll.
And you might risk wounding your back. Your nerve system can only handle so much light at once.
Your nervous system can only handle so much light at once. That's why you have to stay consistent dealing with energy work so it can build up just like a bodybuilder. You just don't go in the gym and you only can lift 20 pounds and then you come out lifting 100. It don't work like that. You go in time after time, breaking it down, resting, working, staying consistent. And the consistency you put in, that's what you're going to get out. Your nervous system only can handle so much light. Everybody got a nervous system. Everybody's connected, got the substantial nigra in them, the black substance. Everybody's organs the same, working off of energy. But it's the average person is just bringing in a little bit, like 10%. You have to start meditating to channel the energy. And the more it channels like a river, start growing and getting bigger. Because right now, what did I just say? The nervous system cannot handle that much light if it comes in too fast. That's what it said.
Yes.
You can hurt yourself. Lower back, why did it say the back? This is where the electricity is going out in the body. From the bottom up to the brain. Matter of fact, the autobiography of a yogi was telling you that. There's electricity going up inside down the spinal cord. That was over 100 years ago. And right now, that's not even an argument in today's society. Science is saying you got an electromagnetic field coming off your body. Think of that word electrical. If there's an electric signal coming off you, where is it going through? The spinal cord. It's going through the body. But you can strengthen it like rewiring a house, putting bigger cables in it. So you can get a bigger voltage, bring more bigger equipment in. Other than that, you're just getting a little, 120 watts. That's okay if that's what you want. But if you want to play with the big boys and big girls and want some big speakers and have a block party, you're going to need some more power, ain't you?
Yes, you will.
All right, here we go.
Okay. If you open your chakras too quickly and Kundalini rises too quickly, it can be way too much light for your system to handle.
It could be way too much light for your system to handle. So there's some retreats I'll have, and I know I'm giving people too much energy. So there's days you need just to rest. We did all the meditations, and everybody's feeling hype, but rest in it. You could go too much. Just rest. Each day is different, and give your time to develop for your body to take on more light. It will grow. Just give it time. All you got to do is stay consistent. And this is the good thing about this journey. Now, there was a time in the past, we say, when a person ages, they lose energy. That's not true no more. The more you stay in this realm, you see how we're sitting under the sun now? We're getting radiated.
Yes, we are.
So every year, I'm getting more and more radiated. I'm going to be energetically stronger next year about this time than I am now. That's powerful, ain't it?
That is.
That's a given. Everybody is. No matter where you live, where you at, you being radiated just being here. But if you come into these practices, the reason why an older person who aged feel like they lost energy, their crown chakra is blocked. They didn't understand the energy flow. That was last generations. That's why I tell people, don't compare no spiritual teachers back in the past with the teachers now.
Right.
That was their game back then. They can't hang with this game right now. That's why we were born for this time. This ain't even no argument. Now, we're not putting them down. They kept the knowledge like the Underground Railroad. We was escaping something. And they said, here, take this piece for this time. So we grabbed a collection of those pieces, but right now we're on top of our game. We're doing this. So now, here we go now. They said the Kundalini, and the Kundalini is 2 words. Kunda means cord, and lini comes from the word line. It's a line, a cord that's coming through the body. That's your nervous system. Let's don't be stupid with it. And if the nervous system cannot handle that much light, that much electricity, it could burn itself out or damage itself. That's why you got to go slowly and just stay consistent. Don't act like you're going to do it all in one day. There's too much light for you. Too much cosmic energy.
Right.
That's making sense, ain't it?
Yes.
Here we go now.
So
Oh,
right,
man, this is good. The mouth of God.
so right here we have Third Eye Chakra.
Third Eye Chakra. Now, everybody always running around like their third eye is open. And I'll see them, it's like I got this dot on my head. Okay, they put a dot on their head. You know, that's a good signification. But then when I look at their body, it can't be open. Because the body's telling a story. Not only that, you know, a guru belly is when you sit down too much meditating and don't move. So they got a blockage here, blocked full of food. We might as well go ahead and say it.
Yeah.
So that means a big influx of energy could, and I'm just saying, that don't mean you ain't spiritual, you're not connected. But you can up your game if you understand these principles. Is that good?
Yes.
We ain't putting nobody down. You could just up your game. Don't you want a bigger game to be awesome?
Oh yeah.
You want to become a what? From a star to a superstar.
There you go.
Now, so, and if it's blocked down here, that Kundalini energy, that means that the crown chakra is blocked. And again, I see people all the time, I got a headache. The head is aching. It's itching. We all went through that. You felt it itching sometime, and what's going on? That's that Kundalini energy trying to come up. And if a person don't understand energy flow, they didn't know what it was. All right, let's keep reading.
Stress,
Now, the third eye chakra. Okay, keep reading.
stress, illness, emotional upset, or conflict all can cause blockage or imbalances in your chakra system.
Oh, man, see, it's giving it to us. Stress, illness, emotional blockages can all cause what? The chakra system to basically be out of balance. That's why there is a thing called chakra balancing. Opening up your chakras. We got all these energy healers around, Reiki healers, Amanahuna healers, earth energy healers. No matter what you're dealing with, they're all dealing with energy. And all they're doing is coming to a person to what? Unblock their energies so you can go heal yourself. But the average person, those energy healers, I feel good after I leave them, but then I feel bad again because you got blocked back up. It was just like one car jump starting another one when your battery is low. That's all they're doing. You heal yourself ultimately. But if you don't understand energy flow, don't understand the reason why you're in that condition because you blocked yourself up, the energy healers is there to help assist you into your healing. Is that making sense?
Yes, it is.
Oh, man. And this is why we say you eat your way to food freedom. We ain't say stop eating all at once. You're just going to more higher energetic foods. The energy can pass through more smoothly, and you're lightening up your diet and taking your time, having fun along the way. This is good, ain't it?
It is.
We ain't going to say kill yourself like you running a marathon. So you can open up the mouth of God and hear God talk. And you hear God talk for yourself. That's what self-realization. It ain't about following me, listening to me. I'm just leading you to go. I'm leading you to God so he could go talk to you.
There you go.
Oh, did I say that? Yeah, I did. That's why I'm a God. Because if my mouth of God is open and I'm being sustained, that's who's talking through my mouth. Who else is talking? Whoa, there ain't no separation.
Beautiful.
Oh, man, that's why I'm humble. Yeah, I'm humble. I got to take people's little kicks and everything, little kids. They don't even know they disrespecting God. I'm like, okay, they'll grow up. They'll understand. Forgive them. They know not what they do.
There you go. That was written.
This is real. This is why the ancients, that's why when they wrote Genesis, God was walking in the garden. And they say he was up somewhere. Somebody was walking in the garden. Look for Adam. Adam, where are you?
Mm-hmm.
Walking in the garden. Somebody was walking, seeing, talking. That's what we talking about. This ain't far-fetched. Oh, man. We got to meditate on that one for a minute. That was powerful. I'm looking at God right now. That's what they saying. But can you really internalize that? Cosmic energy. You're open to the cosmos. You're the microcosm of the macrocosm. But again, we got to remove the blockages. So it go from myth to reality. You could be free, self-sustaining. The legendary tree of life that was talked about of ancient days. It's here walking around now. Did we just say that?
We did.
Oh, man. A job, I don't feel like working today. For what? I'm just saying. Oh, it's something I like doing. We just got tired. We woke up. You related to the cosmos. What do you need? Oh, man. I mean, okay. Well, how we going to have society? Well, we'll break it down to 4-hour work days. Forget 40 hours a week. We could do that, can't we?
Good.
If everybody got the knowledge on the planet, this is why we got to give it, so we can change society. And people are doing more than 40-hour work weeks. Overtime, 2 or 3 jobs, trying to make ends meet because the mouth of God been cut off. That's why the saying says, God didn't kick man out of the garden, man kicked God out. We stopped listening, blocked everything up, lost our memory. Whoa, this is heavy, ain't it?
It is.
All right, let's keep reading.
Let's see here. All of the chakras are interconnected. When one chakra experiences a blockage or imbalance, it affects all the others.
Oh, that's beautiful, ain't it?
It is.
All chakras are interconnected. All the energy centers are interconnected. Not far-fetched. And if one is blocked, all of them is blocked. That's why you can tell just by how a person's talking and acting which chakra is blocked. Did I say that?
Yeah.
When the physical body's out of shape and bad, the root chakra's blocked. Second chakra, personal relationships ain't going good. Third chakra is blocked is how your cognitive thinking is, all emotional and all that other mess. That's right up under the intestines. That just shows you right there blockages. Heart chakra, the way you're looking at the world. I've been meeting some beautiful people, but everybody's looking at the world as being dark, the end of the world. Who told them that? The media. But don't blame it on the media. They cut off, or they should know better. I hear the media talking too. They ain't got me fooled. Right, they just talking. It ain't their fault. But if you blocked off from the cosmos, you ain't grateful for life. You ain't got nothing to give. You're just going through wasting time until you get up out of here. So now, if one chakra is blocked, all of them is blocked. Oh, man. Now, what's that next one we're going to do?
How do chakras get blocked?
How do chakras get blocked? This is a good one. So we could be clear. All right, let's go.
By negative energy that is... I'm sorry.
My writing is rough. But by negative energy
That is...
that is unable to release.
Unable to release from the body.
They get blocked from negative energy, unable to release from the body. See, we're not saying that negativity will come your way. But when it get lodged in the body and can't move, that's how it get blocked. You got to become a master energy worker. The reason why I'm a breatharian, I'm good at energy work. That's it. I go through all types of hits, but I know how to move the energy. I know how to reflect it. How he's still smiling? I just moved the energy. It don't bother me. It's bothering you. So when it's bothering you, that means it's stuck. You got to learn how to move it. See, that's why people's past traumas, Buddha said he was under the Bodhi tree, sitting there. And energy loved to move, right? So he's basically doing Vipassana meditation. Just by him sitting there, his past traumas started coming up. He started dealing with them. He was moving energy. That's why he became enlightened. This ain't far-fetched. We make this harder than what it really is. That was back for Buddha.
Wow.
No put down. We're here now. We got the knowledge and we're doing it. We're enlightened because we learned how to move energy. I don't have no problems. I just got rid of all of them. That's deep, ain't it?
That's deep.
It's just, so chakras become blocked because of negative energy that cannot be released. So again, when you go to an energy healer, they're just assisting you to release the energy so you can heal yourself. But you got to stop bringing it back again, talking about it again. And somebody try to tell you, just let it go. I can't. You're just keeping it there. Let it go. All right, let's roll.
That's negative energy that's experienced as a response to traumatic life experiences and emotional challenges.
Whoa. Read that one more time.
That's negative energy that's experienced as a response to traumatic life experiences and emotional challenges.
Emotional challenges and traumatic life experiences. That's what's happening. And nobody's out arguing that, you know, you could have traumatic life experiences that took place. Okay, you got to go get healed. And then what? Negative life experiences. Life will take you through some things. And the thing about life, like we was talking to somebody last night, I don't care who you are. Life will humble you. It'll tear your mouth out. I don't care what you think you're going to hide behind. It will. So you got to be grateful and just be humble and leave it alone. For you get what? A life experience where you can't move the energy and it's going to take you right up out of it. You can't buy your way out of it. Just the way it is. Man, this is deep, ain't it?
That's good.
Because the mouth of God ain't going to talk to that person. It don't care. It don't care about no money like that. What you got, what your status is. It's talking and you have to shut up and receive. That's heavy, ain't it?
It is.
Oh, man, this equal out the playing field. That's why the scripture of Revelation said, I know your pain and your afflictions, but you are rich. Your pain and afflictions is, okay, I know your pain and afflicted, but you're rich. You're wealthy and don't even know it due to ignorance. Last night, me and my friend was around. We done woke up. We was saying, look how rich we are. We were standing there in the dirt looking at the sky. We was rich. Breathing, jumping around. This is something, ain't it? Because our crown chakras was open. That's all we needed. Everything else don't mean a hill of beans. All right, let's keep reading.
Check it out. When we experience these negative energies, they can become blocked within us. If we do not have the ability to release them.
So if you don't have the ability to release those energies, they're going to become harmful for you. And what's going to result? A headache. Your head is aching. Now we're going to go into what we got here now.
Eye of Horus.
Oh, we'll read that later. That's too deep. That's going to be chapter 2. Let's go into a migraine headache. Now I looked on Healthline and I listened to a doctor talk about the difference between a migraine headache and a headache. At the conclusion of the story, he talked foolish. He don't know what he was talking about. I'm just not saying this. I looked at some of the things on YouTube where people was putting their comments. Everybody said he don't know what he's talking about. Now, just because he had on the white coat and his little badge and went to school, he didn't really know what he was talking about. So let's read what a migraine headache is.
A headache of varying intensity, often accompanied by nausea and sensitivity to light and sound.
Uh-oh. It's at varying sensitivities. That means that some people is worse than others. It's a headache. Your head is aching. But you're sensitive to light. Now, you got this harvester thing in you that's supposed to deal with light.
Right.
But all of a sudden, light becomes harmful to you. All this other stuff, your head start ringing because you're blocked up. And then what else it says?
It says light and sound
Light and sound.
cause nausea and sensitivity.
And nausea, now that sound earlier when it was talking about the chakra system or how to open up the crown chakra. Some of the symptoms. You'll have nausea and all this other stuff when it's blocked up. Remember that? So if the crown chakra, they're saying you got nausea and those symptoms, and then here a migraine headache, they say you got the same symptoms, that's what they're talking about. They just changing the language. Instead of a blocked chakra, they say you got a migraine headache. Oh, man. And we just learned how to unblock a crown chakra through breath work, different positions, standing like a tree. Meditation is your medication. Mindful meditation, that's how you open it up. And you won't have a migraine headache. Why should you? All right, let's go deeper into it so people can see what we say. I know somebody saying, Elitom, I got a migraine headache. All right, no, let's get into it.
Migraine headaches are sometimes preceded by warning symptoms.
So migraine headaches are preceded by warning symptoms. And what's those warning symptoms?
Triggers include hormonal changes,
Hormonal changes,
certain foods and drinks,
certain foods and drinks. Here we go.
and
'Cause right now we're on a revolution in society where the food industry and what you're drinking means a lot on your health. Because it's giving you a headache. It's triggering. It's preceded by it. And what else I got there?
exercise and
Exercise, stress.
stress
And exercise. And they put exercise in there, so even though exercise is good for you, right? There's some people, I don't know why they do this to themselves. I met some person one time who, I walk all the time, I love to walk, but when they go walking, they overdo it and they hurt themselves. Just like the eating part. Or people who fast. And I say, you can't fast your way in the breatharian. I'm going to go on a 7-day fast. You can't even do 1 day. See, you can hurt yourself fasting. And people are hurting themselves fasting. If you're hurting yourself fasting, why are you doing it like that? Juice fasting. You'll have the results. Do water fasting. You'll have the results. What are you doing that for? You keep constantly hurting yourself. There's one man, every time he went on a fast, he was at this job where he ended up had to go home early because he couldn't make it. So you lose an income for your family. He's always crying about bills. And then you making it bad for the other workers because they got to constantly look out for you because you're weak. Fasting ain't doing you no good. It's hurting you now. Oh my gosh. Here we go again. Lack of ignorance. Let's keep reading.
let's see here.
So everything that's good could be bad for you when you don't do it properly.
Preventative and pain relieving medications can help manage migraines and headaches.
Now that's coming from the health industry. They said prescriptions, basically they want to get you on some pills to manage headaches. Not get rid of it, to manage it so you can keep coming back. Bottom line. But when you deal with the knowledge of the Breatharian method, opening up your energy channels, keeping them open because it's your responsibility. You don't need no medication. You don't need no prescriptions. You're crystal clear. This makes sense.
Yes.
But that medical profession, we're going to manage it. We're going to give you some prescriptions. We're going to numb it up for you. That's why you feel better. Tylenol,
Yeah.
all this other stuff. Sorry to talk about them, but that's what they do. You'll have another one next month. Here we go again. Let's keep reading.
Why migraines is caused.
Why migraines are caused. Now here we go.
The cause of migraines is not yet known.
Now this is what they said. Healthline, that's where I got that from. They said the cause of migraines are not yet known. Now wait a minute now. We're in the USA. This is supposed to be the first world country with the best knowledge in the world. You can sit up there and tell me a statue is thousands of years old. You got all this knowledge to get the radiation off of it, but you don't know why a human being catch a migraine headache. We don't know why it happened. They lying. Well, no, don't say that. Because the people who gave you that information getting headaches. They blocked up. Yeah, they probably don't know. We're the geniuses. We're gods. Of course we know. That's why we're giving you the information. It's from blocked energy channels. But they said they don't know. All right, I'll keep reading. They ignorant.
It is suspected that the result from
Now they say it's suspected. Okay, we suspect this. Now listen at them.
is that from abdominal activity in the brain.
Uh-oh. Now what did I say? It is suspected that they result from abdominal activity